Quinlan. I wear a lot of hats, but I'm really here for PFOX, Parents and Friends of Ex-Gays and Gays. I sit on the board of directors. That doesn't make me the director, but I am a director. And I've been out of the homosexual lifestyle for 18 years, so it makes me an ex-gay. And I am an ex-gay, a proud ex-gay, and that doesn't mean I'm, anti-gay. I'm just pro-ex-gay. So, rah-rah ex-gay, okay? All right. Now, this morning I went 100 miles an hour, and we had a few laughs and a few giggles, and that was fine. But this particular conversation is going to be a little bit more sobering. It is about what's happening in education. I can be a lot more detailed, and it could be even more graphic because it is that bad. It really is that bad. I have teachers coming to me telling me that, I'll lose my job if they find out that I'm telling you this. I'm not a tenured teacher, so I can't tell you. So don't tell anybody I told you what's going on in the schools. So and they find a way to get rid of you even if you are tenured. So tendered, I guess tenderized is the word, yeah. Okay, here we go. Okay, PFOX, Parents and Friends of Ex-Gays and Gays. We are supporting a person's right to self-determination. For those of us in the church, we know that is free will. But since we can't use churchology, we have to say something else, so we call it the right of self-determination. We got to be PC, right? And one of the other phrases for PFOX is always our children. And that's the thing, and you've heard the theme here. Just because your child is made a same-sex affirmation doesn't mean that they stop being your child. They will always be your children. Queering the schools. They're even putting it in the magazines now. Gay magazines are putting the bodies of young people out there. Electric Youth, that's a gay magazine, believe it or not, geared to gay teens. Abraham Lincoln said, the philosophy of the classroom in one generation will be the philosophy of government in the next. Whose philosophy do we have now? It's not the philosophy we started with. He was absolutely right. In fact, he was so right that even the homosexuals picked up on it. Whoever captures the kids owns the future. Gay activist and author Patricia Nell Warren. She's in the middle. Gay Lesbian Review, author, The Front Runner. It's a novel, the most celebrated gay love story ever. Now, these are the organizations that are promoting the homosexuality to your children and promoting it in every way. Experimentation is okay, just make sure you wear a condom. The American Psychiatric Association, the APA, or what I call the gay PA. The Human Rights Campaign, as I already said this morning, the largest gay and lesbian political organization in the country, ranks as the 9th largest of all independent political action committees, and chiefly responsible for the billions of dollars in AIDS research and support money that comes from the federal government. They are extremely well respected on Capitol Hill. Extremely well respected on Capitol Hill. They know what they're doing. They're very good at it, and they are very well funded. To give you some background, when I was in the lifestyle, there was a brother and sister, gay and lesbian, Randy Close and Carolyn Close. Randy and Carolyn were heirs to the Dairy Queen fortune. In fact, Carolyn Close did live, it's been years now, did live right here in San Antonio, here in Texas. Randy died of AIDS, and when Randy died, he left $35 million to the Human Rights Campaign and its various sundry organizations. The Triangle Foundation, their charitable arm, all this. That's the kind of money we're dealing with. Incredible sums of money. One of the things I failed to say this morning that I meant to say is that when I talked about taking over corporate America, I was last May here in Texas again, but I was up in Dallas at the Frito-Lay headquarters where PepsiCo was having its shareholders meeting. And we had a proposal there, a shareholder had a proposal, to have them to be more transparent about who they're giving their charitable donations to. Because PepsiCo is now the largest corporate sponsor of the homosexual agenda, bar none. The largest, PepsiCo. Those Sun Chips that were in your Chick-fil-A box today were Frito-Lay. I choked them down. I used to love, as I said when I gave my presentation, I'm ex-gay. I don't want to be ex-Frito-Lay, but I am now.
Yeah.
So there are alternatives, and that's what they need to know. And there's an AFA, the American Family Association, has a petition for you to sign that. And if you're a PepsiCo shareholder in any way, shape, or form, please sign on because we did make it. They told us if we got 3%, it would be a miracle. We got 6%, which means we can reintroduce the proposal next year. And so we will, and I'll be there again. And when I do, I have something else to tell them, but we'll get to that in a minute. The NEA, the National Education Association, was Ford's magazine in 1988 called the National Extortion Association. That is the teachers' union. It is the largest union in the country. I twice have had 2 experiences with the NEA. One of them Arthur alluded to, and I'll tell you about that one now. Earlier you saw a picture of Janet Boynes and myself at this morning one. That's the black ex-lesbian that was with me in Israel. She's wrote a book called Called Out, which you can get on Amazon and Barnes & Noble. She and I were there to help the Ex-Gay Educators Caucus. Now it's interesting how the Ex-Gay Educators Caucus came into being, because PFOX wanted to exhibit at the NEA convention, and we were denied. First of all, they accepted us, accepted our application, took our check, and then sent us the money back. Well, there was a little problem with that, we thought. So we sued them. In the process of suing them over that, Gerald Lee Smith, who is an educator, and she teaches special needs kids in California, and she started the Ex-Gay Educators Caucus, and in starting the Ex-Gay Educators Caucus, she was waiting on the approval of her caucus. Well, at the same time that we filed the lawsuit was the same time her application was pending. She kept pressing the application, and so the NEA thought in their PC minds, well, if we don't accept the Ex-Gay Educators Caucus, when we threw this ex-gay group out, we're going to look like haters. So we've got to accept the Ex-Gay Educators Caucus. God has a way of getting things done, so that's what happened. And there is now an Ex-Gay Educators Caucus inside the NEA. Ta-da! Now, at the Ex-Gay Educators Caucus at the NEA in 2006, they asked me to come and exhibit. Most people know that they say I have no fear. That's not it at all. I'm just stupid. So I was there, and there were several older ladies there, and I was the only male there at the Ex-Gay Educators Caucus booth there at the exhibit. And Wayne Besson, how many of you here know Wayne Besson? Yes, my arch enemy. Wayne Besson really did. The mouth of hell opened up and spit him out and put him here on the planet. Now, well, you could almost say that. Wayne, anyway, is the first time I met Wayne was when Robert Spitzer came out with his study that homosexuals who are highly motivated to change can change. He and I were on MSNBC and we debated, and I mopped the floor with him, if I do say so myself, and I do. And he has been at me ever since, just angry about everything. And you should see the things he said about me. All you have to do is Google my name and see the love fest. I'm just so loved. But he showed up and did a press conference saying the Ex-Gay Educators Caucus has no right to exist. The NEA was wrong in doing that, and they need to pull their registration and not let Ex-Gay Educators Caucus exist because they're spreading lies and misinformation that people can change. Well, he did that press conference in Orlando, Florida in the morning. And I warned everyone there in a prayer meeting that we met before, because we got together and prayed. And I said, I just want you to know, he's going to show up. This is Wayne Besson. He's the devil. He's going to show up. He will be here. He will be. Well, I thought sure they were going to, when they had the caucus meeting, you know, which was separate, of course, from the exhibit, that's where he's going to show up. That's where Wayne's going to show up. Well, I'm up there, and lo and behold, I get a phone call from Janet. She goes, Greg, he's here. I said, who? She said, the devil. Oh, all right, Wayne's there. So I'm running down there as athletic as I am. So by the time I get there, and I said, make sure you call security. Get security there right now. So I'm running down there just as fast as I can go. And by the time I get there in my athletics, I'm wait, that's him. Yeah, that's him. So I get up to him, and he is literally doing this. He's throwing things off the table and doing this kind of stuff and taking pictures of the ladies and getting right in their faces and doing all this stuff that he would do. So I got right between him and the camera, like this. I says, here, take a picture of my nose hairs. They're starting to grow now. I'm old. So I said, you know, I did. I got right in front of him. I said, you want to take a picture of my pores? Go right ahead. I said, you need to leave. These ladies have asked you to leave. We've called security. Get away from here. And, of course, all the other booths around us are, you know, looking at this. At this point, I said, really, Wayne, why do you hate me so much? You know, was it because you got beat up on MSNBC? Is that why it was? That's all I needed to say. You son of a beep! I mean, every other word was beep, and every other word was F. By the time the badges got there to where I was, His finger was in my face, wailing like this. I mean, I could feel the breeze. Wailing like this, calling me effing everything. And that's when the badges showed up. And that's what they saw. This guy with his veins sticking out of his neck. You effing beep! You know, all these things that he was doing to me. And finally, that's what happened. The badges escorted him out of the hall and told him if he even showed up on the grounds of the convention hall, they would arrest him. Now, here's the other, that was great. That was terrific. Now, he denied it ever happened. I want you to know he was absolutely humiliated. He was terribly embarrassed, and he's never showed up at a NEA convention again since then. But, well, the other thing that happened, too, is that some of the exhibitors around us, they pulled out their little Gideon pocket Bible, you know, out of their back pocket, and they came up to us, those little Secret Service Christians. I want to. The problem, we're Secret Service. We're not real about our faith and understand that everything we do should be exalting Jesus Christ and letting people know that he's real.
Yeah.
All right.